Welcome back, friends. It's Gone Gwenting here. I had to manually click through that. I'm still setting up all my scenes on my stream deck and everything, but at least we got the intro covered again. I saw this played against me once. The opponent didn't do it very well, so I wanted to try it out mostly because I thought it was a hilarious, awesome deck that it doesn't. I don't think I would call this memery. I think if you can get this to go off, you can get some massive value in here. So for big units, and I'm saying big units because of Witch's Sabbath in here. You got Unseen Elder, Detlef, Cave Troll, and then like Katakan. Incubus is also 6, so you do have to be careful with him, but you want him played later. We'll get to that in a minute. And then you have a bunch of 4s, so you do have to be a little bit careful with the 4s. Flaters, Garkians, Necrots are all good targets. But really it's Unseen Elder and Detlef, and you want to kind of trick the opponent into thinking like, oh yeah, I'm going super deep on round 1, so that they'll match the provision with provision parity, and then you'll walk away with just tons of value for the next round playing Witch's Sabbath. And it will tutor out the opponent's top 3 units, but there aren't as nearly as good of engines as Unseen Elder and Detlef. I mean, the two of them together are pretty bonkers in value. We do have Wispess Tribute in here. I do think you need her in order to get the tutor onto Witch's Sabbath, but then we got Crimson Curse in here, and we also have Feast of Blood. So that way you just have a few organic targets that you can use if you need to. Feast of Blood onto a defender or a veiled character if necessary. So lots of stuff that you can do, but you don't have to, if that makes sense. And then I think the other hitch I'd say with this deck is the Incubus. So basically, I would love to do like a Flater deck with Megascope. So I think a Incubus makes this a little bit better, and just that you can do Incubus here to pull him back out. You just need a 6 provision target in your opponent's graveyard. You can pull out the Flater with, and even if you don't have a 6, you can go for a 5 and get a Necrot. I don't think it's to the opposite row, so you get to choose where you want it. You can also choose like a ranged 5 provision unit, put it in melee, and then your Necrot will be on melee, and the ranged unit won't do anything, stuff like that. So I haven't seen Incubus used very much, but I think we can get some really good value out of him. I don't know why. I feel like the relics part of the relic decks of monsters is just, like, had some cool ideas, but they kind of died on the vine. Okay, let's see. I think I'm pretty close on these. This is once again your pleasant reminder to get in there and go play some Regis. We're gonna do Ball. Or coats, I think is what it said we had to do, right? So we'll do coats. Although we're close on ball attire, so I think I'm just going to finish that out. And then we'll go do the coats after. We gotta go for Bat Tornado, you know? You gotta do it. Winter Wonderland. Oh, I wish that they would have made this unlockable on the tree, you know? Like, I understand you gotta make money doing it, but I don't have to be happy about it. I didn't use the Aretusa ones hardly at all. Let's figure where I have to go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm looking forward to getting this one for Valentine's. Are they letting you go back and get these? No, it's just telling you you can unlock it in the reward book even though you can't. That needs to be edited. Anyway, let's jump into a game. Woo! Yeah. trying to place like where I know that voice actor from. And I could look it up, but that would ruin the mystique of it, you know? Alps are great. I'm just gonna put the Plumard back. Garkian's fine. I don't really want Queen of the Night quite yet. We can play Unseen Elder and Cave Troll here, so that'll be nice. I think here we just go for Catacan. So it'll be Unseen Elder, Cave Troll, Catacan. That's the goal here. Everybody else are 4s. Remember, it's base value, not boosted value, so just have that in mind. Now we get to get into like an eternal frenzy with these things. Now just remember, sequencing for Flater, you want to make sure that you're getting the bigger of the bleeds stacked first every time in a round, just so that he's getting the maximum boost value there. I think we'll go for Garkian first, just in case the opponent has some kind of removal. Then we'll play an Alp. We do want this bleed, so we'll let these go up once. Remember, the bleed value is value on the back end, right? So every time you're putting bleed on something, Regis is getting boosted. So just to kind of walk you through that right here, he starts at 1 at the end of your turn, while in hand or deck, if there's an enemy with bleeding, increase base power by 1. So we'll end this. Oh, I forgot to squeeze off the Catacan. So now he should go up to 3. There we go. For some reason it took a second for that to proc. Thrive is a fairly good counter against bleed. Just because every time it takes bleed damage, it just makes it so more units can trigger the Thrive. But if we can just kind of upset the cadence of it a little bit, that, you know, that should get us some breathing room. Yeah, this isn't a bad move just because it is such good value over time. Alright, now we can go for an Alp here. Just proc that on the Drowner. Again, that's, you're seeing the deck flicker, the deck flicker because Regis is just getting buffed every time we get a bleed. I see no one using Ceremonial Dagger. I think everybody's concerned about protecting the Necrot, but the row movement is so much more of a pain, and if you don't draw the Necrot, you run into trouble. You only get the bleeds off deploys, so I'm not so concerned about I'm not as concerned about that as I am hopeful that I can get value off the Ceremonial Dagger with the damage and bleeds. Just waiting for this Andrega Larva to go up by 1. Okay, this is, I don't know why you'd play an Imlerith right now. I guess you just really want the point slam. Feels a little weird. Just go ahead and get that bleed going. Good triggers there. But remember, we kind of want to bait the opponent into thinking that they can take us here. So we'll go Alp, Cave Troll, then the second turn of the Alp. So when you can, just take it on the non-Thrive units. You know, Thrive deck has very few special cards usually, so you're not gonna like trick them into not triggering the Thrive and killing off the unit usually. So like, there's no way this Andrega Larva dies here, in my opinion. Yeah. So progging it on the other units just ends up working out better, in my experience. Just throw that on the Brewess. So you can also, depending on what it is, and we probably should have just done this earlier, but you can just throw down Cave Troll onto melee to protect Necrot, and then throw down Unseen Elder like turn 3, and just let him work. Now, if we had Necrot, we'd be proccing more bleeds here, but this is sufficing for our purposes. We're getting more than enough DPS here. Damage per second. We kind of have everything we want. Looks like their biggest will be Ice Giant, Brewess, and Wild Hunt Rider. So I am strongly inclined to just get this going. I think we just kind of set it and forget it, to be honest. Okay, don't want the Necrot right now, actually. Well, we'll play Necrot after we summon everything out. Incubus would be helpful here. I don't think he has any 6s, though, so... I think this is a 5, yeah. These 6s? Okay, so yeah, we would be able to pull out an Andrega Larva. So we'll just keep that in mind. Just go range here just to protect him a little bit. Toad Prince. How fun. Okay, now we're ready to go. This will die right away. Forgot about the Ichorn. That worked out even better than I imagined it would. I totally forgot about the Ichorn just because I didn't see it. I knew that it was used because he went up, but... These kind of go down really quickly. I don't really care about killing these off quite yet. Probably will commit these though. But he's going to take 3 turns, so we'll wait till next turn. We'll lead with the Orianna. Going to use the Catachan and Orianna make for a great pairing now. Just because you get to spawn that extra vampire. Works really well. Okay, I think like Koshe probably. Yeah. I find it so strange that that's what they wanted to... Bye-bye. Now we can go super deep with the Regis and just try to 2-0 the opponent. That honestly might be kind of difficult here. So I might just save the Regis. They're going to get close, but I don't think all the way there. Yeah. Okay, now we just take the pass here. Basically, the idea here is this is now 16, 19 point Regis. Not too shabby. They're going to have to play something. It'll have to come back to me. That's not enough. It's like a 10 point play with a few procs. Oh, it might be enough with all the Andrega Larva. Okay. The double crochet is pretty solid. Pretty hard for us to compete with that value. Kind of expected an Oberon to double proc the crochets and the Andrega Larvas, but... Okay, these aren't the worst, but they kind of are. Let's see. I'd much rather get like this. I don't want these. Basically anything else. Let's keep the Bruxa and get rid of those. Okay. Flater's nice here. Not great, but he's helpful. We'll go like Bruxa, Flater, then Queen. I mean, we probably should start with Flater, to be honest. He already used the Weavess, right? Wispess, whichever the one is that does damage. So we're still waiting for Wispess for the boost. So then we'll go Queen, or Bruxa, then Queen. The bleed value isn't ever going to make it all the way up anyway, so not a big deal. I just think the opponent needed leader for Point Slam in round 3 to compete with Regis, but we'll find out. They might have some hidden trick up their sleeve. She's like a 12-point play, so she's solid. And Regis is like a massive 22-point play right now. Because you remember, the drain means I'm taking 3 from them and pulling it to my side. So just natively, he's a 6-point play. This is pretty bonkers, though. 14. This is going to be close. Especially because that Thrive gets triggered. But not enough. Such a massive, he's so massive by the time he gets played. I think there are a couple things I want to change in this deck, though. I don't really know how to change them out. There just aren't that many great, like... options. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clip out Wispess. And I feel like the Incubus is a cool idea, but I would rather save the provisions with him. And I'm actually going to just go for Naglfar here. I want to be able to top deck a golds. I want access to 2 golds really easily. I think we have everything. Can I just tell you, it drives me nuts that Bleeding Effigy does like no damage. It just boosts your own units. Freaking weird. Vampire. We'll go give this one more shot. I think we've used all of these. Yeah, so now it's just kind of a question of what do we want instead. I think we might take like a Drowner here. Could go for like a Purify with Taskmaster, but I think that the Drowner makes sense. Just to move stuff off. Remember, we have to be Devotion for the Unseen Elder. I think you could make a non-Devotion Vampires deck, to be honest, like Megascopes and Flaters and Undying Thirst. But that wouldn't work so well with the Witch's Sabbath thing archetype we're going for. We'll give this one more shot. Then I gotta go feed myself. think we should do okay against White Frost. Dominance will be really tough for us to get. So we got to keep that in mind. Okay, we get Unseen Elder, and we got Detlef, and we got Crimson Curse. So those are all good. Drowner's going to be helpful to move something off into the row. And we got Cave Troll. So this is pretty much as good as it gets for us. I'm going to get rid of Drowner, though. I wish I had a Necrot in here. That, I would say, is probably the biggest failing right now. But I love Katakan with Detlef. They just match made in heaven. Okay, it's Oriana or Regis, so I think we probably will just pull out the Oriana so we can top deck the Regis without breaking the Naglfar. I kind of wish I would have kept my Feast of Blood. We can purify him, but I think instead what we'll do is we'll just go for a Garkian. We'll probably will use the commit the Purify onto the Veil if we're gonna do Crimson Curse and Blood Moon. But he's for sure going to come out of the graveyard here, so that's just something to keep in mind. This is interesting, to say the least. I kind of expect Ardgaith. Awesome. Now we can go for Cave Troll. We don't need to right away. We can just in a little bit. Let's do this. Let's go for the Purify onto the NL Conqueror. I'm not in a rush here. We got time. I hate having to play her this early because of Witch's Sabbath. I wish I would have kept the Drowner now. Let's kind of bait him into this a little bit. Bet he goes for the kill on the Garkian here. But he should start focusing on the Detlef. Okay. He does what he should do. I mean, I was like, from my perspective, I'm worried that he'll focus on... Oh, I guess the Garkian dies regardless here, huh? So he doesn't have to do anything about it. Take that all back. Alright, okay, now we have only one veiled character, so that's working out okay for us. Now we can go for Unseen Elder. Kind of expect, yeah, leader commitment there, just to finish off the Detlef. Okay, or not. Unseen Elder will commit to melee just because we want him behind Defender. Jiminy Christmas, this guy is thinking hard. It's a lot of work to rope a dope. Okay, and now at this point, kind of want to just pass here. Yeah. Since I know I have a Stranded Oriana and Regis in deck, this way I can just go ahead and top deck with Naglfar. He already committed both leaders, so we have some pretty good reach in that respect. Oh, I finally got a Nekarot. Let's check graveyard here. 1, 2, 3 right now. I kind of want to keep that. Okay, Naglfar just gets us like a guaranteed choice now. Both at 10 cards. Okay, I don't want the Plumard. Guessing there's gonna be an Oberon here. It's like 1, 2, 3. Ugh, it's not great, but it's fine. I think we're good at this point. I think I'm just going to commit to ranged, and that way they're forced down here. And we'll put the bleed on the biggest one. Oh, we'll use Feast of Blood on the NL Conqueror here. Then we can commit Unseen Elder. If he moves off the Cave Troll, that's fine. You just get the sense that whenever you do this, people are like, what just happened? And I love it. Makes me feel so warm inside. Yeah, Catachan would have been the preferred target here. It's over Queen of the Night. She's just not an engine at all. But we're okay. In a 10-card round, Catachan would probably overfill the row, so... Especially against a dominance deck where they're all 3-point Ekimaras, they would never be all that useful. Okay. And then we want to just get rid of the Eridan here right quick. Crimson Curse we can do a little bit later. We don't need to do it quite yet. But we do want to get it down soon. It is 5 turns. My son is hilarious. We do want to start getting these finishing blows with Detlef as quickly as we can. Boom comes the Oberon. I think he's probably going for Bruiser. He misses it. He doesn't have Dominance anymore, so that worked out well for us. We just want to rob him of all hope of dominance here. He's going to die off, so regardless, he's going to take this bleed damage now. And then he's going to take it again in a minute. And honestly, at this point, we should just drop down the Oriana. No reason not to. She's going to get boosted so high, it's not going to be that much of a deal. The opponent just seems to be out of answers for this entire row of units. I understand you want to win round 1, but do you need to win round 1 by 30 points? I don't think so. If you're going to win a round by 30 points, make it be round 3. They could have like an ace up their sleeve. They could have an Imlerith's Wrath going on. But I think this armor is really giving them trouble here. Oh, looks like they bricked her round 1, so that would be unfortunate. Oh, we actually, you know, Oriana's good. She probably will get up to 20 points, but I think I'd rather have the Regis late. So let's go for a Flater. I'm going to commit a leader here onto Nithral. And we'll take the damage onto him. I want the Eridan to stay alive so I can finish him off next turn. I guess the Navigator also works. Oh, he'll die. And the Eridan takes the bleed. Ugh, frustrating. Okay, well, the Flater's going to help us out on ranged. Let's just make sure that there aren't 7s. That's the only thing I'm really worried about at this point. Then we can commit Crimson Curse to melee and remove the Oberon with the Drowner. Ugh, okay. Or he'll become a problem. Okay, we'll drop it up here and then we'll just move stuff up into that row. I think that's probably a better strategy. Wish it wouldn't have all spawned in the same row, but we are where we are with that. Jeez. Okay, it'll go up and take the bleed damage all at the same time. So we can finish it off with the Alp. Regis is looking a little bit thicker, but not great. The Necrots all came out. This Necrot came out way too late here. Okay, I think he's going for Wrath just to diminish the Flater here. Which is fine. This will keep taking the bleed, so I just really want to start working on this Imlerith as quickly as possible. He might go for the Unseen Elder, actually. Now it's just a fight for dominance. Let's see. Let's get up here. Are you cold, human insect? Alright, I think we're in the clear now. Oh, jeez. Too bad we didn't save our Drowner for later. Oh, wait, we didn't need to. It's not the biggest Regis you've seen, but this drain is going to be massive value. Oh, I guess it ignores the armor? Since when did drain do that? Don't know. Since today, apparently. I don't know. We'll just go for that one. Bye-bye. Yeah, Oriana definitely would have been bigger. I thought that the drain would punch through the armor. I don't know why it just avoids the armor, but it's good to know for the future. Anyway, this deck feels pretty darn strong. Have at it. Hope you guys enjoy. I think it really it does some great punishment for first round greed. And I think you guys will find it enjoyable. Until next time, good luck out there. Have some fun. Keep on gwenting. Bye for now.